more expensive. And then you have to take out everything to get to it. You have to take the throttle body off to get to the starter. Yes. Yeah, this is why mechanics hate engineers at 101. Now, here's where it gets interesting. If it's not that, the starter solenoid is also in an awkward place. Not as bad, but that thing's like about $300 or $400. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just a little relay anymore, it's a whole module, right? And when you start taking throttle bodies off, you're always asking for trouble. Always asking for trouble. Especially on a vehicle that old. The first thing is you'll have to replace the gasket's nothing, but you'll have to order that up. And then if you don't get everything back in the right spot, you have to reset the throttle body sensor, which you see where I'm going with this? It makes a 10-minute job into a 6-week job right away. Now that's if you can get the bolts off, right? That's even if you can get the bolts off. When you get a vehicle that's 16 years old, and a lot of you guys that haven't worked on really, really old stuff like mine, especially up here in Canada, like, the bolts get seized on to the point where, like, you would snap the frame before you could twist the nut off of it. Like, it's that bad. That car's pretty rusty. Like, the body's not bad per se, but the rest of the car, fittings and all that. Now, that said, you get the starter out, okay? Start messing around with it, you find out there's nothing wrong with the starter. Now, you've done all that work just to find out that, you know, it didn't work anyway. Then what is it, right? Well, you know, there could have been parasitic drain in the car, right? Okay, so how do I eliminate that? Well, you just need to charge up the battery. Okay, I now know that the battery doesn't discharge itself. So now what you do is you just leave the battery in the vehicle overnight, and then you try it in the morning. But you got to make sure the vehicle starts. So if you got the battery in there and the vehicle starts, runs, drives, does all that stuff, and you leave it overnight, you get in there and click, 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 click next morning, well, you know you got parasitic drain somewhere. My dad's truck has this. This is like, you know, like, it's not, that part I've kind of eliminated that. And so it's not parasitic drain either. Now, everything electrically works in the vehicle. Wipers work, lights work, everything works. I gotta watch my speed on this thing too, eh? Though this is, like, there's about 10, 15 hills like this for the next 28 kilometers. It's all hilly like this. Feet on the big rim. It's not too bad. So I'm thinking, even if you test the alternator and all that, and you get a, you know, you find out the alternator is still working, you still have to have a running vehicle to test it, right? And I can't get the vehicle started. I can't even boost it. I got lucky getting it home, and I drove it twice since then, and it's never started since. So this is about 3 weeks, probably about 15 hours of testing all kinds of stuff on it, which leads me to believe that there's either broken wires, rotted wires, multiple wires that are not functioning properly, which you could chase those gremlins forever, the life of the vehicle. So the fact that it's going to need brakes soon, the fact that it's going to need a rear defroster repair, the fact that it needs the heater core, even though I have the heater core put in, like, for me to do the heater core by myself, like, I just don't have the time to work on stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm so wiped out at the end of the day working in the heat and stuff like that. But, you know, tearing the old dash out just to get the heater core in, that's like $1,000 job on a $500 vehicle. That's questionable how long it's going to last anyway, right? So That car was destined for the scrapyard. I got three and a half months out of it. It made me all kinds of money. I think it's just time to put the poor red Road Reaper to rest. I think that's, and I love that car, I really do. It was a lot of fun, you know, especially with the sunroof. You wave at people through the sunroof. Everybody thought you were cool. You know, it was a peppy little car, handled okay. But it's what it is. I mean, I didn't expect to get much out of it anyway. I was hoping for at least 3 months. So I got my 3 months out of it. So that said, I paid $500 for it. What will I get in? Like the return of you know, from the scrapyard? I don't know. If I'm lucky and I get $400, that means I drove the vehicle for 3 months for $100. Like, I put $77 in cables in it. That's it. And probably about, out of the 30 some odd bucks I paid for the power steering. Oh yeah, and the power steering pump's done it. You know, so I maybe paid 30 bucks for the power steering fluid. I used about half of it in 3 months. So, you know what I mean? Like, am I mad? No. No, I'm actually quite surprised. I wish it would have lasted a little longer, because like, it is a pain in the ass buying vehicles, right? This hill's a little longer and more deceiving than it looks. And it's starting to rain. Very muggy, very muggy. I'm not that far from it. I'm just gonna go there to have a look. If I see anything I like, I'm just gonna toss it in the bush and hide it. Come back with the truck. So that's what my week has been like. So I just called the Walmart to see if the Walmart would could hook up my phone. Of course, nobody answers, and it's long distance, so it's like I don't want to have to spend 60 bucks of gas to go up there, but that's what it's looking like. It's like a $315 hit to my credit card. That if I have, like, you get 14 days to bring it back, and I'm on day 4 or 5. So I get like next Saturday, that's it. Benjamin. So yeah, I just got to make it to the top of the next hill, and I'm there. It's about maybe 3 kilometers from the house. Well, I was going to take a shower today anyway, so why not? Why not? I know the GoPro Hero 5 doesn't have the best mics, but my GoPro Hero 7 was filled up. Now the thing is for my plan for this year, I'm actually still not doing too bad. I'm not fully where I want to be for August, but I am damn close. I'm 2 objectives away from that. So what does that mean? What that means is I gotta go into a bigger ring here. You getting the big one? Ah, I'm on the big one. There you go. Okay, I got 20 feet on the big ring. Yay! No more cars. Let me get going. I want to get as much speed as I can until I get that hill. I watched Tour de France yesterday, so I'm all like hyped up for cycling again. You know, I'm liking this. In the sense, I need a bike that fits me. And less frickin' traffic. It's countryside, not supposed to be any traffic. Yeah, when I get a bike that fits me, man, here's what I've noticed so far. Okay, I have to be careful because you can, like, is cycling good for you? Yes, it is. Is it healthy for you? Yes. Is it good for your body movement? Yes. Is it great for blood flow? Absolutely. Is it good for your heart? Absolutely. But you can also fatigue the shit out of yourself to the point where yes, you'll lose weight. My legs are starting to become like pieces of steel. I like that. But because I did so much working out when I was younger, I wasn't a bodybuilder, but you know,